All right, so we're diving into something pretty heavy today, huh? Psalm 51.
Yeah, it's a big one. Full of raw emotion.
Totally. And, we've gotten a lot of requests from listeners to really unpack this one.
I can see why. It's one of those psalms that just gets under your skin.
No kidding. So,
Oh.
just to set the stage a bit, we're looking at King David, right? And it's after he's really messed up,
Hmm.
like monumentally.
Yeah. And he knows it. You really feel that weight in his words.
Yeah, no doubt. And that reading, by the way, from the YouTube channel, God is With Us. Powerful stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Gave me chills.
Me too.
Mhm.
All right, so David, he's let's just say he's in a bad place, right? Spiritually speaking.
Yeah, he's realizing the gravity of what he's done.
Exactly. And he cries out to God. I mean, he's begging for forgiveness.
Mm.
Wash me thoroughly. Cleanse me from my sin.
Blot out my transgressions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's intense.
It really is. It's like he's saying, scrub me clean, God. I messed up.
Exactly. And there's actually something really interesting about that imagery, especially in the context of the Old Testament.
What do you mean?
Well, think about the idea of ritual cleansing in the Jewish faith. It was a huge deal.
Right, right. I remember learning about that.
It wasn't just about like washing your hands before dinner. It was about spiritual purity, about making things right before God.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So when David's using those words,
He's not just talking about a quick rinse. He wants a complete spiritual overhaul.
a total reset.
Exactly.
Wow. I never thought about it quite like that before.
It's pretty powerful stuff.
It is. Okay, but here's where it gets even more interesting for me. There's that line where David says, against thee, thee only have I sinned.
Right. And that's a tricky one, isn't it?
Because, I mean, come on, it's obvious he hurt other people with his actions, right?
Yeah, there were definitely real-world consequences.
So why phrase it that way? It's like he's almost minimizing the harm he caused.
Well, I think it's important to remember the mindset of the time. In their belief system, sinning wasn't just a personal failing. It was a cosmic offense.
Okay, yeah. Like a betrayal against God, ultimately.
Exactly. So while David absolutely acknowledges the wrong he did to others, the ultimate transgression, in his mind, was against God.
It's like a violation of their covenant, right?
Precisely.
That's really interesting. I never thought about it from that perspective before. Okay, so later on in the psalm, there's that part where David talks about teaching transgressors God's ways. What do you make of that?
That's a fascinating line, isn't it?
Is he trying to, find redemption by teaching?
It's a powerful idea. I think it speaks to the nature of genuine repentance.
How so?
Well, it's not just about saying, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
It's about actively trying to make things right, to steer others away from making the same mistakes.
Right, so it becomes this kind of positive action, right?
Exactly. And it ties into that whole theme of restoring joy that we see throughout the psalm. Imagine finding purpose and even joy in helping others avoid the pitfalls you've experienced.
Yeah, that's really powerful. Turning your mess into a message, kind of. Okay, there's one line that really got me, and maybe this is just me, but it really resonated. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit. A broken and a contrite heart, O God, thou wilt not despise.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It's just, I don't know, it feels so human, you know?
Absolutely. It
And-
transcends any one religion or belief system. It speaks to that universal human need for forgiveness.
Exactly, that desire to make amends when we screw up.
And it also highlights a really interesting shift in religious thought that was happening around this time.
Huh, how so?
Well, you start to see a move away from outward rituals like animal sacrifice and a greater emphasis on inner transformation.
So it's not about just going through the motions, it's about genuine change from within.
Exactly. A broken and contrite heart. It's about recognizing our own flaws and being truly sorry for the harm we've caused.
Wow. Okay, so to recap this whole emotional roller coaster, we've got repentance, a desperate plea for forgiveness, this yearning for restoration,
And ultimately a commitment to living differently, to doing better.
and all packed into one psalm. It's kind of amazing.
It's a testament to the enduring power of these ancient texts. They still speak to us today.
They really do. So here's a little something to chew on as you go about your day. How does David's journey in Psalm 51 resonate with your own experiences of seeking forgiveness and trying to become a better person? Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.